Come on, baby. There we go. 7 people again. I can't even remember the last time I went live. Can't even remember the last time I went live. I should turn it on. No, I can't turn. No, I can't turn no music on. I forgot. If I turn music on, it's gonna mess up my like the copyright joint. What's going on, everybody? Checking in. I wish I could find a way to get closer to the phone, but it's about as close as I'm gonna get. I might go get my other phone just to read the comments. I'll probably do that in about 10 minutes, even if I do this that long. So let's go ahead. Let's get started. What's going on, Trucker K Money, Gene, Michael, Lazy J? That's funny. I want to know how I'm lazy. Explain that to me. Here to support you, bro, but these comments gonna be crazy. You already know the Ron, but that's why we do it, man. Yesterday what? Got that home time, I see. What's going on, Mike? Gifts under the Christmas tree, right? Not yet. Not yet. Spaz my CL test for Royal. Congrats. Still rooting for you. Appreciate that. What's going on? All right, so we got 45 people in here. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect too many people in here. Just off the fact that, can this focus in? There we go. Just off the fact, ain't no drama, ain't no controversy. You know what I mean? So, but I'm gonna talk about what's up, bro. 2 up, 2 down. You already know. Last live. What that mean? But anyways, I started with this. I started hauling. What's going on? I started back with this company on technically Monday. But today was the first day that I actually went back into port. You know what I'm saying? And it was different, man. I know one of the biggest, what am I trying to say? Like the biggest rumors about the port is the wait time. Is the wait time. But I went into port today, and I went in, dropped the box, dropped the chassis because I had a 20-foot container, dropped the chassis, went and picked up another chassis, which was a 40-foot, um, and picked up a box. Got lost about 10, 15 minutes when I first went in there because the port here, they have a new system. You know what I'm saying? And with the new system, you're able to make appointment times. You know what I'm saying? For those who don't understand what that means, before in the port, you kind of just went in there. And it was almost like on a first come, first serve basis, which, don't sound that bad, but the port stays busy. It's a lot of drivers driving in and out of the port. Whether you at NIT, was it PPCY, PPCY, I think it's called, and then APM or VIG, whatever you want to call it. Only thing I've heard about ports is crap. Yeah, the chassis are definitely. Maybe one day I'll do a chassis inspection. I'll probably have to do it with the container already up there, unless I can get one without the container on it. But I can't record anything in the port. So if you're looking for any type of driving videos in the port, most I could probably do is if I'm waiting in line, is have the camera facing towards me, but can't do anything. That's government property. That ain't no different than being on base, which is why you have to get a TWIC card, and everyone can't get a TWIC card. You can't get it with a felony. You can't have any type of certain charges. That's government property. You know what I'm saying? So no recording of the ports will be done. But I'll try to do what I can. You know what I'm saying? Without, losing my TWIC card. Can you can and let's for those who don't know, you can drive out of ports without a TWIC card, but you're gonna lose 100 to, let's just say, $100 to $300 in drays. And what a dray is, for those who don't know, a dray is when you go in and get your container or when you take your container back. $40 both ways. So if you don't, let's just say hypothetically, you're a regional driver, which means you're going in the port every day, 5 days a week. If you ain't getting your own containers, it's $40 in, $40 out. That's $80 a load. 8 times 5 is $400. I was about to say $350. $400. No, I just fucked that up. 8, 1, 8, 16, 24, 32. Yeah, $400. $400 a week if you don't ever get your own drays. So you have some companies who will hire you. I got a TWIC with 4 felonies. Oh wow. I was told you couldn't get a TWIC card with a felony. Well, then I guess he just corrected me. Is it focusing? But so you have companies that will hire you without a TWIC card, but they gonna kill your check. I'm gonna tell you right now. The most you want coming out of your check for if you're doing OTR runs like me or regional, maybe 1 or 2. Maybe 1 or 2. 1 or 2 100, that is 1 to 200. But how many hours today you work? Today I didn't really work that many. I think maybe 2-3 hours. Just because my load that I have it's a 2-part load. I'm delivering in Stuart Draft, Virginia, and then I'm driving all the way up to upstate New York to pick up a loaded container of mattresses that are going to go back to the port. So I thought I would be leaving today to deliver a load tomorrow morning somewhere like Kentucky or wherever, whereas that's not the case. So basically what's going to happen is I'm going to go to Stuart Draft, get to New York, do a 10-hour break. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably do more than a 10-hour break because I think they close at 4. So I probably won't be able to get the load until the next morning, which would be Friday morning, and then drive back and be home Friday afternoon. And then I'll have Friday night at the house. I'll have Saturday night at the house. And depending on my load for Monday, I'll probably leave out Sunday afternoon. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that's going to go. But I was making a point earlier before all that. Oh, the wait times. Yeah, with the new system, with the appointment times, man, I was very impressed. I mean, the wait to get into the port was maybe about 20 minutes, but that's NIT. NIT was never that bad. The bad one is APM or VIG, whatever you call it. But with the appointment time, man, you go in. If you already have a chassis, or if you already have a 40 footer and you picking up a 40 footer, you go in, they pull it off, and then they put one on and you out. I mean, it was a very, very simple process. They rearranged some stuff in the port, so I had to ask a couple drivers here and there, like, yo, where do I go, this, that, and the third. But besides that, man, I just don't see. Maybe people are so used to the California ports. I've seen the California ports, and those are larger, so it's a lot more going on. I've seen the Jersey ports, and those are, I don't know if the Jersey ports are larger, but it's a lot of drivers, a lot of trucks going into those ports. So maybe that's the wait time that people are talking about. I don't know, but I've never really ever experienced a long. Even when I did it last year, I didn't really experience too many. The tricky part with the port is if you're trying to get home every night. And let me explain. I feel like, here's my theory. And of course, I've only been doing it for half a week, but I did it last year for about 2 months. From what I know, with 2 months and a week worth of experience, and based off of information I've gathered from owner operators. Mind you, most of these owner operators in the port, their trucks are paid off. Okay, let's just put that out there. The port is almost like what Chase and Andrew Jackson is doing in the oil field. You take older trucks to those type of situations. You ain't gonna see too many 2018s, 2017s with the APU and direct TV like the mega carriers do. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to the mega carriers, of course, but you're not gonna see that in the port. That's not that. It's a different grind. It's a different hustle. When you go in the ports, you probably gonna see a lot of pre-emissions truck. You're gonna see some damn cab overs because it's just like a lot of these guys are buying sleeper berths. They're not even sleeping in their trucks at all, and they just get the sleeper berths because they're getting good deals on them. They're paying $10,000 to $20,000 cash for a truck, and then they ride. That's why a lot of times when you see containers, trucks full of containers, they look like shit. They got 4 different colors, zip ties on the windows. It's just they don't care because they're not living in that truck. That is a work truck strictly. You know what I'm saying? So, but I feel like as a company driver, to make the most money, this is actually a fact. To make the most money as a company driver in the port, you have to drive OTR. But again, OTR in port is not like OTR, as Miss Pearl would say. Okay, you're going out to Kentucky, West Virginia, maybe upstate New York, Tennessee, maybe down to like South Carolina, Georgia, some shit like that. You're doing exactly 10 hours. You waking up and you coming home the next night. I was in Kentucky last night. I'm home now. You know what I'm saying? Tonight. So that is pretty much how that goes. You know what I'm saying? So, was I in Kentucky last night? No, last night I got home. I'm tripping. I was in Kentucky Monday night. I had to think about it. I was in Mr. Anderson. I was in Comington. Like right, I was damn near in Ohio, right there by Cincinnati. Comington off 275 to pretty much 64, all the way. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, what you said. 64 through West Virginia, 64 into Kentucky, all the way to damn 75, road 75 up to 275, and it was right there. Yeah, right there. You know what I'm saying? That's the other beauty thing about doing these same routes. I don't even need a GPS at this point because I'm gonna be doing the same routes for the most part. I could drive to Covington, Kentucky right now without no GPS. I could drive to upstate New York right now where I'm going, no GPS. You don't really need it. You know what I'm saying? You track traffic by your phone. So once you do the route once or twice, that's it. What you need the GPS for? You know where you're going. You know what I'm saying? But let me get back on topic. Somebody just came in. But basically, with OTR, you're gonna run out one night, back the other night. But that's the most money to be made as a company driver. You know what I'm saying? Most port positions, you're going to make as a company driver, you're gonna make percentage. Okay? A lot of guys are making 50% after fuel, which means it's self-explanatory. After fuel is paid, after the owner of the truck pays the fuel, you're going to make 50% of what's left after that. Hello? Upstairs. Anyway, so I get paid before fuel. So I get paid 34% before fuel. So kind of equals out to the same thing. 34% before fuel, 50% after fuel. You know, give or take, however you want to divide it up, it's around the same. What was that? Okay, so that's that as far as the company side. Now, if you own a truck, now granted, as a company driver, you can do local, you can do regional. The reason why I choose OTR over those, one, because I'm used to being gone for weeks at a time, months at a time, so it's nothing, you know what I'm saying? But two, it's just not only is it less money, it's more stress. Okay, if you are a regional driver, regional is the most stress out of all of them. Okay, the reason I say that regional, based off our area here in Virginia. If you're regional, a lot of times you go in Maryland, you go in Northern Virginia. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a lot of traffic. You know what I'm saying? And the problem is you ain't making no sense. Explain to me how I'm not making sense. What I said that you're not understanding. But anyways, I'll agree that I'm kind of all over the place, but I'm about to reel that in real quick. But I don't understand. I'm not making sense. Anyways, back on topic. Regional drivers have it the worst because they're going out a distance to where you may go 5 hours out, but now you got to come back 5 hours, and because of the traffic with your e-logs, it gets tight. It gets very tight. So, for example, a run that we have that I did last year that I didn't like was it's like north of Baltimore. I can't think of the exact city, but you'll go those 4 hours in the morning, early morning, is cool. No traffic. You hit it at the right time because from Northern Virginia, DC area, and then Maryland up to Baltimore, it's all about what time you hit that shit. So when you hit it 3, 4, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., you good. But when you're trying to get back home, so you say you get there 9 a.m., you get unloaded, let's say you leave at 11 a.m., now 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, so forth, traffic is horrible. Horrible. And what that does is, okay. So explain why you left your last local job. Not yet, Michael. You got to stick around for that video. I'll go in very specific detail as to how I left NBI. Stick around. But anyways, back on subject. So what happens now is if you can't get back home by that 11 hours, before on paper logs, you did what you did. But on e-logs, you could be 90 miles from home, but because you're out of hours, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing a lot. What's JJ? He's sleep. But because I'm doing because I'm doing a lot. But because I'm on e-logs, now I'm stuck, and that fucks up your week. You know what I'm saying? So some drivers will go to personal conveyance. I'm not saying to do that. Matter of fact, I don't even know no drivers that do that. Let's be clear. But I heard a rumor from another rumor from somebody else. Some drivers go personal conveyance and drive on. I don't know nothing about that though. You know what I'm saying? But so that's why regional is risky as a company driver. Local isn't as bad. The thing that makes local it can be a headache is because of how often you got to go on the port. I'm cool with OTR, one, because I don't got to worry about them e-logs because most of my stuff is out, 10-hour break, back, 10-hour break. The thing about regional, too, is that if you get back too late, you ain't making it to the port. And with regional, if you don't make it back to the port that day, you can't go before your next load because it delivers the next day. So you got to, you know what I'm saying? So you just going to lose that dray. With me, OTR, I get back Monday night. I get back Monday night. I can go to the port before I leave out to go on my long trip. And the cool thing about the way our e-logs work is if we're doing port moves, if I understand correctly, if we go to the e-log and hit port moves, yard moves, it drains our 14, but not our 11, if that makes sense, because it's a port move. So a lot of times you might be in the port. You might be in a port an hour, 2 hours. That'll still give you 11 to 12 on duty hours that you can now use to drive. And because of what the trucks are governed at, most of the OTR runs, you can go maybe 8.5 to 9.5 hours. You know what I'm saying? Give me 1 second. Let me read this joint. Let me read some of y'all. Let's see, y'all talking to each other. You don't speak with KT. He does something to Nate. Yeah, I think KT is in the port. No, I don't talk to him. Got you, bro. What did Philip ask? You going to get your own truck with the port? No time soon. And you know, as far as that question, Philip, about whether or not I'm going to get a truck with the port or just get a truck in general, that went into why I came back home. But we're going to get into detail on that on the video. Me and Al Smith smoke crack together. Glad to hear that. Can you lose your CDL job over a speeding ticket? 100%. I unplug my e-logs. Hey, man, do your thing. Jay, you're only leaving your job because you want a break. Be honest, bro, you get homesick and lazy. Same thing happened to me. It's not a good habit. That'll be discussed in the video. Thanks, Jay. What up? Who are you working for now? Same company I worked for last year. Make it make sense, Jay. Make what make sense? He just want to stay home, which is impossible. How is that? Why is that impossible to stay home? I don't understand. Matter of fact, Al Smith is on crack right now. Okay, even his current new job, he barely gonna be home. I'm home right now. What are you talking about? What the fuck? What did the other company say when you told them they left? I mean, there wasn't nothing they could say. I just told them like, yo, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? What happened with going back to the other company? Going back to what other company? Swift? Again, y'all are asking questions about why I came local. That will be fully addressed in the video. Is they treating you good in VAJ? What you mean, are they treating me good? Oh, with NBI, I did a video way back about why I can't go back to NBI. You gotta go check that video out. You know, but to sum it up for you, I put in a 2 weeks notice and did not complete the 2 weeks notice. Therefore, they put me down. No call, no show. No call, no show. Jay, you didn't start your new. Whoops. You didn't start your new job yet, bro. Stop lying. You're still on break. You usually take 1 month off before you go to a new job. It's an undercover vacation. Really? When did I ever take a month off before I switched jobs? Let me think about that. I just told you I didn't finish MBI because I didn't finish the 2 week notice because I was on a plane to Elite. The only time where I was off, I maybe was off for like 2 weeks before I came to, when I left Swift and came to MBI, I was off for like 2 weeks, but I was burying my brother, so forgive me for being occupied. This go around, I think I was home a week and a half, but I got money in the bank, so I won't rush in. I don't, I'm not living paycheck to paycheck. Besides that, I don't feel like I'd be taking a month off. Trust you, me, I wish. No, I don't, because I couldn't even see me sitting still for a month. I would have no money. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. But to answer, yes, I've already started the new job. I think I posted a picture on my Facebook and Instagram in front of my container I was pulling. So I don't understand why I would lie about having a job. Is that what cats doing on YouTube these days? Lying about trucking jobs and shit? Let me know. Where they do that at? Is your job now union? No. I'm trolling, bro. I love you. Okay, 2 weeks missing. You didn't complete. Hey, yeah, Red. I mean, you late. No more water fasting. I'm intermittent fasting right now. So I'm doing like a 16-8. You know what I'm saying? So I need to get back on my water fasting. I really do. So yeah, there's that. How long have you been driving? I like your channel. I feel you on finding a job that fits you and your family. I've been driving almost almost 3 years. Goddamn, no call, no show to wonder LaShawn don't want you. Huh? That's what you think. We ain't gonna get into that. Yes, you are. Yes, I am. What? Nice crib. Appreciate that. I'm in here. What up, Jay? You still want to be an owner operator? No time soon. Where do you work? My old port job. I like the new Jay. He handles us trolling good. Yeah, man. Been doing YouTube for. I think I've been more consistent with YouTube than I have my trucking jobs. Ain't that some shit? Let's see. Hey, bro, I've been trying to holler at you about Swift owner op and just get your insight from the jobs you have had. Holler at me. Oh, my fault, Trucker Real. Let me break it down to you as simple as I can. If you're gonna lease that Swift train, that's as simple as I can make it. If you're gonna lease that Swift train, if you're not gonna train, it's not gonna be impossible, but it's almost not gonna be worth it, in my honest opinion. The only thing that makes mega carriers leases even considerable is training because you're flat rate. So the more miles you do, the more money you make. But if you're talking about just being solo, in my honest opinion, from the things that I've experienced, things that I know, I would recommend staying a company driver and just doing your thing as a company driver till you can either go through a third party lease or pay for a truck cash. That's as simple as it. Mega carrier leases are not hard. They're not complicated. They're not rocket science. They ain't none of that. It's very simple. If you're not gonna train, it's not gonna be hard, but it's just going to be a lot more. You're gonna have to be on your shit. But if you're training, it's a lot more simple, a lot more laid back. You're gonna get more miles. You're gonna be fine. So that's my opinion. If you're not willing to train, don't lease at a mega carrier. There you go, Triple Will. Happy holidays to you as well. Do truck drivers really make minimum wage? Absolutely not. Um, can I get on the company you at if I live in Emporia, Virginia? I think so. You would have to, Carl Gary, if you hit me up on Instagram, hit me up on Facebook. We could chat offline, and I can give you the information that you would need. And I'll give it to my boss and see what are open. But I do believe that they run through that area. They go to Danville. They go down to Carolina. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see why not. I don't see why not. Have you busted any hoses? Hose? That's funny. No, I have not. I made 70,000 my first year as a company driver. Why I'm not happy? Um, that sounds personal. I think you're trying to connect money with happiness. And while money can make you happy, money isn't the only thing that makes you happy. Apparently, money isn't making you happy. So maybe you're looking for external solutions for internal problems. I don't know. I can't help you with that one, dog. We friends on the book. Well, hit my inbox, Carl. Hit my inbox. Um, what's the difference in rail yard and the port? Honestly, I have no idea. We do have a rail yard in the area, um, but I don't know anything about the rail yard. Your videos keep them in suspense, Jay. You know what I mean? Good. Yeah, I ain't got no problems with you, Luhawk. I ain't got no problems with you. What you mean about what's going on with the Ravens, man? We won three in a row. You know what I'm saying? So, external solution, internal problems, bars, Jim. Real. Yeah, I mean, I'm just, somebody. I heard that from somebody. I don't know where. But back to and that's part of what I'm going through. Who's that? Samsung. That's part of the shit that I go through. I be looking for external solutions. Internal problem. I got a lot of shit going on inside here. Things that I deal with that I be trying to find. We can get to all that. I kind of talked about that when I talked about my depression, but that'll be another video. But so basically, yeah. I didn't talk about local. Only thing about local, you're going into the port about 3 times a day as a local port driver. Now, granted, as a company driver, you're not going to make that much money. I feel from what I've seen from guys that I've talked to. Okay, because local port drivers, just as company drivers, aren't making. I'm not gonna say they're not making money, but they're not making as much as regional and OTR port drivers. Now, as an owner-operator with a paid-off truck, all you got to do is go through HUD. HUD only deals with the Walmart distribution that I used to work with. And I think you get like $250 a load. You got guys that are doing like 3 loads a day. And I just messaged me. I'm gonna hit you after this live feed, Carl. I just got your message. But they're doing like 3 loads a day, 4 or 5 days a week, and they home every night. You know what I'm saying? And they making good money as far as that. But again, my recommendation, based off of the little information I have, I feel like if you're gonna come into the port, if you're okay with making 900 to let's say 11 to 1200, then you may want to look at regional. Some regional drivers will say that they making 13 to 14, but from the majority that I've talked to, 900 to 1200 is what you taking home. Now, granted, a lot of port work is 1099 because most of the time, most employers in the port are simply fleet owners, small fleet owners. They are out here like actual companies who have port divisions, but the majority that you see out here is you have a carrier and then you have a fleet owner who has a truck, no different than with OTR. You have a carrier and then you have a fleet owner who has his truck leased on and pulls this carrier's freight. That's majority of the the port work. So a lot of it is 1099 contractor type situation. So a lot of y'all don't like the 1099. I don't mind it as long as you put your money to the side and you know what you're doing. You know how to play that game. You good. You good. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. Let me read some more of these. First name, last name, child support. I don't get it. Yeah, to this day. What that mean, Mr. Anderson? Where you been at, Jay? You haven't made a video in a while. I just made a video yesterday. Jay, you located in Wisconsin? Not at all. Real yard container come. I'm not reading all that. How much they make as company? How much do who make as company? Money is nothing where you're an employee slave. I'm not gonna say that. I used to be under that belief. First, last name. Money is nothing when you're an employee. Somebody posted something on Facebook. My man Brandon. He put it best. Not all owner operators have money, and not all company drivers are broke. So, you can call them a slave or whatever. I get it, because I am striving to be an owner of businesses and assets, but I still understand that there's money to be made on both sides. The majority is on the ownership side, but there's a lot of company positions that pay. So for those who choose that route long term, they'll be fine. But it depends on the person now. Do you, Jay? People gonna always disagree with your moves. The more important thing, your priorities are 100%. People love disagreeing with me. You don't want to go to HUD. Them guys running like that because they pay cheap $45 for APM to the Walmart warehouse on 664. 45? Ain't no way. No, sir. I refuse to believe that. Only $45. So you can do, let's say, 3 loads, $150 a day times 5. No, sir. I refuse to believe that. I'm gonna need to see some paperwork, Island Trucker. Yeah, the Walmart on 664. I think that's 660. Yeah, 660. No, that's 64. That's 64. But yeah, I refuse to believe that only $45. If you're working in the United States, we are all on a plantation. That's a fact. Thanks, Alan Struggle. Looking on the rail yard. Done the chassis game at the port. I'm out, Jay. Happy holidays. Appreciate that. I'm on a plantation smoking crack. Yeah, that's funny. I mean, ask them guys when you see them in the port. I mean, but okay. So wait a minute, Island Trucker. Are you talking about the company drivers, or are you talking about the owners of the truck? I refuse. I refuse to believe that owner operators with paid off trucks are only getting paid 45. Now the company drivers, then it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. Company drivers. But owner operators, I'm having a hard time believing that. Having a very hard time believing that one. I'm gonna need to see some paperwork. What's going on? What's that? Gas trucking? So, but basically that's it, man. You know, that was my first day. To go back to a question about how many hours I worked, pretty much this week, if you want to sum it up, this load that I'm doing tomorrow, because it's 2 loads in one, out and back, a reload on the way back in. Basically, I'm gonna make $1,100 this week, and I'm only gonna have worked 3 days. 3 days, which is why I don't understand why people say you can't be home and make money. Even though $1,100 isn't a lot of money, but the way I see it playing out in my head is if I go hard for like 6-7 weeks, just three long loads a week, trying to make $1,400, $1,500, $1,600 a week, and then I feel myself getting, for lack of a better term, burnt out, I can always hit my boss like, hey man, next week, let me just work Tuesday and Thursday. Let me just do loads that deliver on Tuesday and Thursday. What that will give me is I could be home Sunday night. No, excuse me. Yeah, I could be home Sunday night, Tuesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. That's 4 nights I'll be off. And that's 3 days I'll work. 3 days. And I'll make $1,000 to $1,100. It's not bad for 3 days of work, in my opinion. And being home. You know what I mean? So, but some people they can't wipe their ass with $1,000 from what I've been told. I can do a lot with that. I just can't. It seemed to be, doing pretty all right. Woo! That shit good as a motherfucker. Hey, do a video of the port. I can't do a video of the ports. Hey Jay, I got some dreadlock raps I want to send you. Okay, being home only feels good when you're back from an OTR run. Being local, the novelty of being home wears off. I disagree. I feel like people who don't want to be home don't have a happy home to be home to. People who don't want to be home don't have anything to do at home. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you have a family, if you have close friends, if you have hobbies, if you have things that are important to you at the house, you want to be home. We have done this weird thing in trucking where we have made being home weird. As weird as I feel like being on the road is for 3 months at a time, some would make you feel like wanting to be home every night is weird. But then again, it's trucking, so it's a matter of perspective. It's a matter of what you want to do. So as long as you are doing what you want to do, then do it. If you want to be on the road for 6 months at a time, I think Sister used to do that shit, but I don't think Sister had no old lady, and he was paying child support. I got an old lady, I got a son. I got, you know what I'm saying? I got things actually to do here. You know what I'm saying? And I tried. I did, man. I tried so hard to subscribe to that OTR. I honestly can say, when it's all said and done, that I tried to be about that OTR life, and I'm just not. Like my man said, if you ain't about that life, get out the truck. And that's just what it was. for different reasons, but it all equaled the same thing. I just won't about that life. No matter how hard I tried to fool myself into believing that I was. But you know what I mean? So, sitting around the house for 3 hours doing nothing. Some people may think that shit is whack. That shit love to me. You know what I'm saying? Sitting in my second living room, watching Designated Survivor on Netflix, which is a great show. At least the first season is. I see they canceled it, so I'm gonna see what happened in the second season. You know what I'm saying? Or chilling last Saturday with my homeboy watching the Tyson versus Fury, which was a bullshit call at the end, but we ain't gonna get into that. But I like that, and I just don't feel like I should be clowned or criticized for liking that. You know what I'm saying? Do I get some of why people don't like it? Because they're chasing something so big and huge that they can't waste a minute or an hour or a day on stuff like that. Yes, I understand that, but I just feel like I'm trying to find a balance of being that ambitious as well as still enjoying life and enjoying my time. You know, so I'm halfway between, oh, tomorrow isn't promised, grind, and tomorrow isn't promised, so make the time count. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you ain't gonna get time back, and money is. I don't know. I'm the last person people want to hear this type of shit from, but this is the conflict that I go through. And it's so funny. I just made a video that will be uploaded tomorrow. Well, you hear me say these same things. My entire trucking career, when you look at every trucking move that I have made since I left CRST and with the Trans Am, the biggest thing that I've gone, when you go from Trans Am, Abilene, Swift to Port, Swift MBI, the fleet owner OTR, now back in the port. The biggest thing that I've battled with in my trucking career wasn't the money, wasn't the type of truck I drove, wasn't a manual versus, it was being on the road and being home. I started out with Trans Am. I was on the road. I went to Abilene because it presented an opportunity to be home more. I left Abilene. I went to Swift, being on the road. I left Swift because I wanted to be home more. Went to the port. Went back to Swift. Came back to the port. Went back to Swift. Came to MBI. Went back on the road. Where I'm at right now. At the house. My entire trucking career has been doing what I knew I really wanted to do, which was be home, and trying to force myself to do something that I knew I didn't want to do, which was being on the road. You've watched it. Somebody tell me I'm lying. Because that's what I got from this. From looking back at all my inconsistency. It has been me choosing. It'd be different if I'd have been out here hopping from OTR company to OTR company to OTR company to OTR company. If it would have been like Stevens to Swift to Prime to CR England to JB Hunt to Warner to Knight to whatever OTR companies are out there, then I could understand. But OTR regional, OTR local, OTR regional, OTR home every other night, OTR home every night. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'll get into that. That's going to be discussed more so in the video tomorrow and other videos that are coming. But let me read these comments. I went on kind of like a little. Let's see. What's going on, JMV? I see you checking in. Sup, Jay? What's that you drinking on? I got me some Crown Apple and Red Bull. Anyone wants to run the port, call the carrier you want to run and ask them for a sheet. Okay. I'm home every night with Intermodal, make great money, owner operator. Goals. Jay, I know a way you can make money while on your time off from work. Yeah, I do too. It's called YouTube. if I got kids, I want to be home daily too. I've been local 4 years now. It's a beautiful thing indeed. You got to do what you got to do for the wife and your seed, bro. Got to do what's best for you. Damn, Designated Survivor was my shit. I didn't know they. Yeah, I mean, I'm on season 1, episode 16, but I seen on Google that they canceled it. They discontinued it. Majority of your viewers are OTR purists, so they feel you've betrayed the unwritten code of. That's a fact. My goodness, if that ain't a fact. Jay, what's your Facebook? I have some information for you. No flex. Um, you can find me on Facebook at Jamar Holland, or type in that guy named Jay. Same thing on Instagram. Started out OTR on mission, learn and get out 5 years. Do any of you have hip problems as a truck driver? No, I don't have any of those. It's a great feeling to be home daily. I don't get why people clown you, bro. For sure, you're giving reasonable answers to everything. Hey, man, I do what I can. You can't halfway grind. That shit would drive you insane. I think NBI was your darkest YouTube period. But see, the thing was, NBI was my darkest YouTube period. You know why? Because this is the same issue that my man King D-Raj goes through. When things are actually going good for you, nobody wants to see that shit. When you're actually like at NBI, I was chilling. Granted, I was breaking down every 3 days, but I went home every night, and I was still making decent money. So when you are, from what I've seen on this YouTube algorithm, as Trucker Brown would say, the algorithm is when you are stressing, when you're upset, when you're ranting, you're tripling the numbers as if you're just having a great day. Nobody cares about you having a great day. So that's why everybody feels like when I was home every day with NBI, my channel was garbage. It wasn't garbage. It just wasn't content that you were accustomed to seeing from me. You were used to me being the flip-flop. You were used to me being, screaming at my phone, mad at my dispatcher. I really won't doing that a lot at NBI. Which is why people feel like that was my, again, like you say, darkest point on YouTube. I'm in food delivery. I ain't messing with that. The rate sheet shows what each container's pay. I guess. I don't know. I knew day one when I first drive and I wanted to be local. Me too. Having a physical job was important to me. Got to stay in shape. Hey, salute to you. Do you have to touch? Oh, yeah. Jay, I've been following you since CRST. Hey, I appreciate it. Yeah, you have, Mr. Anderson. I appreciate that. Jay, people don't criticize you because of job hopping. They criticize you because you make yourself look stupid on YouTube. Hey, I guess so. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather look stupid at 27, 37. That's all I can say to that. I'm just learning. I'm just trying to figure shit out. That's all I'm doing. I'd rather make my mistakes right now. Actually, I wish I could have made these mistakes at like 18 and 20. I've been way ahead of the game, but I'd rather make these mistakes now than make these mistakes later. So that's the only kind of response I can have to that. So a physical job and I get paid well. I'm rocking with you for 6 months. I appreciate that. What thoughts on Western Express? I don't really know too much about them besides the fact that they take felons and they have a regional flatbed situation that can get you home on the weekends. Talking about real money, not that YouTube money. I'm talking about that will make you quit trucking. Well, shoot me that information in, all about the dollar. Yeah, a lot of the cats is scared to put themselves out there like you doing. They act like they ain't never been through it. You just out in the. That's all I'm saying, man. You'd be surprised how many people deal with things exactly like I'm dealing with. And they just, what I mean? Again, that's why I said a while back, I don't have to create content. I am the content. Very few things in my life that I don't put on YouTube. Very few things. So I don't have to beef. I don't have to clickbait. I don't have to do any of that. I clickbait every once in a while to keep people guessing. But I just put myself out there. And I'm able to articulate it in a way that keeps you interested, that keeps you listening. Other YouTubers, from what I've seen, they'll give you the clickbait or they'll have a good title, but the minute they open their mouth, you're turned off by the thought of that video. Me, I like to think that I can articulate my way in a articulate myself in a way that once I start talking, you want to keep hearing, even if you know what I'm saying is stupid. Like people say, I'm making a fool of myself, or I look like an idiot, but they still watch, and they'll come up with their own reasons. Oh, we just want to see you crash and fail. No, 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 because there's a lot of cats that's out here crashing and failing, but they can't articulate themselves the way I do. So you ain't gonna watch them. You like the way I talk. I get it, man. I'm dope as fuck. I understand it. I'm just realizing it myself because I'm working on my self confidence and working on my low self esteem. I'm starting to realize how dope of an individual I am. So I can understand why you ain't realized yet, but you will. I'm saying, don't you think take a break from YouTube to get your career in order? No, I don't think YouTube takes up that much of my time to where it takes away from my career. I don't. You know what is good for you and your family. When I first started trucking, 5 months ago, I didn't like OTR, but driving all fields and I enjoy it. Truck driving divas have very photo content. Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, Denise. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna rattle some cages with this one. I feel like the female YouTube truckers have better content than the males. And I'm not saying that for, that's no cap. That's not me trying to be thirsty or hype anybody up. You focus on me? That's the honest truth. You rarely, if ever, see female YouTube truckers in any of the BS that goes on. Rarely. Which is why when certain videos came out like a month ago, I really wanted to speak on it because it was a lot of disrespect going around towards female truckers on YouTube. And I swear, I got to thank D-Raj. D-Raj had to talk me off that because I was ready. I was ready because it's one thing when you talk about females, dog, that's just a different low. That's you know what I mean? So it was a lot of disrespect going around about female truckers when the reality is I rarely find female truckers in BS. You look at Tiffany, you look at Pink, you look at Miss Diva, you look at what's the other joint? Trucking Diva, um, Jay Rich, uh, who was the other one? Keep It 100. I mean, they putting out great content. You know what I'm saying? And for them to be attacked the way that they was attacked, it just that's nasty. As Joe Budden was saying on his podcast, that's nasty. That's disgusting. Like, yo, we gotta chill, like for real. But I'm gonna get off that because it's old, and I don't want to bring up anything. Miss Diva said it best. She said, "Can't nobody be woke disrespecting black queens," and I agree 1,000%. Well, how about that? I agree 1,000%. You know what I mean? So that's that. We're gonna leave that alone. But so yeah, man, that's what it is. First day was great. Um, damn, this TV bright as shit. Um, First day was great. First load was great. Deliver the second load tomorrow. Be back on Friday and chill Friday night, all day Saturday. And then next week we're gonna really start the grind because we're gonna be on our 3 long loads a week. Pause. I guess I don't know. Can you focus on me? Is it focusing? And this is as good as it's gonna get. We're gonna be on our 3 long loads a week. You know what I'm saying? So that'll be 1,500 plus a week. 15, 16, 17 possibly. And yeah, man, it's just nice to see that the port, because the thing that kind of turned me away from the fuck is that? What the smoke? Okay. The thing that kind of turned me away from the port last year, granted, a lot of it was me. I was lazy and was so used to OTR driving that I wasn't ready for that type of hustle that you had to put in for the port at that time. But E-logs had just hit last year, and a lot of port drivers and a lot of port companies were so used to running on paper logs, they really just didn't understand how to dispatch on e-logs, because there's a lot of things that you can do on paper logs that you can't do. We ain't gonna get into the specifics, but if you know, you know. If you don't, oh well. So the rates have went up. The drays have gone down. And with my specific company, the carriers, I'm not the carriers, the customers are now paying for port time. So it kind of cancels out the drays. You know what I'm saying? Because before, drays would kill your check. Drays would kill it. You would make $1,500, but would only get about $1,200 just because drays didn't eat you up. So, that's what that is. You know what I mean? But besides that, I'm gonna keep you guys updated of how things go. That shit happens, you know. I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna post it. Got a video coming tomorrow, and I'm gonna try to keep doing the format of a video every day. But we gonna see. You know, it might be every other day. I'm definitely not gonna let it try to go past 3 days. You know, so 3 days at the very most. Granted, I know that'll affect my YouTube analytics, but who gives a shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna do my best to keep the numbers up. But if I can't, I can't. You know what I mean? Like, when I'm at the house, I'm not really trying to be up here. Like, I've been up here now for almost an hour. Like, I gotta come in guilty, as much as, you know, we may disagree on some things, but he puts a lot of energy into these things while at the house. You know, I think he did an 8-hour live feed at one point at his house. There's no way in hell I'm doing an 8-hour live feed in my house when I could be upstairs with the old lady, outside with my son and my dogs, or chilling with the homeboys. You know what I'm saying? That's not even something I'm remotely interested in doing at the house. You know what I mean? But then again, guilty. I think if I remember correctly, because I haven't watched a video of his in a while, he didn't really post a lot of videos on a weekly basis. Whereas me, I try to post every day. So maybe I'll go to that type of uploading. But I mean, I don't know. Y'all let me know. Y'all want to still see videos every day, or would you want me to? You want me to go back to like a way LaShawn does it, 2 videos a week, but just long video, or like 2 videos a week and a long ass live feed. You know what I'm saying? I personally like the every day, because at least with every day, I don't gotta try so hard. It's just like, yeah, shit happens. It may be a 5-minute video. Hey, look at this fucked up shit here. Boom, 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 go. Versus when you only doing 1 or 2 videos a week, you trying to put together shit 3 hours of of good content. That's the thing. I'm not just trying to put out anything. I'm trying to put out good content besides me putting out my situation. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So look at some of these comments. Picture on the left is crooked. Okay. Appreciate it. The family did the tree. I wanted to get a real tree, but my dogs would have tore that shit up, peeing on and all that. So, pretty tree. Who decorated? Oh, I just asked public holidays. I appreciate that. How much experience the ports require? Good question. You can go to the ports right after CDL school. You're just not gonna make a lot of money. I personally recommend you doing 2 years, getting 2 years of 40 plus feet trailer experience. I think the company I'm with, I believe it was 18 months that they require, but most of the 50% after fuel is 2 years. So, 18 to 24 months is what I would tell you. Oh, I got a super chat. Hey, hold on. Oh wow, you know what is best and works for you and yours, so just do you. Hey, I appreciate that, Mr. D Magic 88. I definitely appreciate that. I didn't even notice that. But appreciate that, man. This is lovely. I appreciate that. What kind of truck? Right now I'm in a Pro Star because the truck that's going to be mine, the driver has to clean the stuff out. So if Jay misses a day to put out a video, just go on YouTube and watch videos of beach whales. It's just as sad, and they weigh the same. Okay, I don't know if that's the real little guy or not, but if you miss a day of him doing a video, just go Google FBI records called secretly, and you get the same type of content. Dang. But anyways, oh yeah, I'm in international right now. My truck is gonna be a Kenworth T700. Oh, it's not him. My bad. Oh well, already fired the shot. What you gonna do? Mine is gonna be a T700 Kenworth, and so that'll be. Hopefully, I pick that up on the weekend. I actually like the Pro Star. I do. It's very spacious. Shifts like butter. Um, I'm not gonna tell you how fast to go because I'm not gonna incriminate myself. But she rolling. I'm left lane game for real. Like when like when I was doing 72 mile an hour, I was kind of left lane game because it still be some cats that can be like 68 or 70 that be in the right lane. So it still took me. But now I'm taking doors off. Go. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, she got plenty of power. I think it's an ISX Cummins in her. And she ain't got no restraints. I got all of her. You know what I'm saying? I got all of her. You know what I mean? So yeah, that Cummins, she run. So, but that's what it is, man. We had an hour and 3 minutes. I'm not finna keep talking to y'all. I'm finna go find me something to eat and get ready to lay down. Heading out about 3, 4 in the morning. Headed to Storage Drive and then headed up to upstate New York. And that's what it is, man. Look for video. I'm gonna try to keep doing videos every day. Or if not live, maybe live feeds, 20, 30-minute live feeds. What's up next, Junior? You can catch the rerun. You know what I mean? It'll be up shortly. Salute to everybody that came in here and kicked it with me. 124. 16 likes though, but it's all good. I ain't gonna beg you to like it. Appreciate all y'all. Appreciate the trolls. Appreciate the haters. Keep talking. I love it. I absolutely love it. You know what I'm saying? Some days they hate you, some days they love you. My checks stay the same though, so what do you want me to do? As always, stay safe, stay positive, stay productive. God Family Trucking. Go.